Okay, so I can't seem to get the volume to come out. As soon as I try to record using QuickTime, I'm using on my MacBook, it stops the music and the soundtrack coming from my actual iPad. So you're just going to have to believe me. Okay, so the sound isn't very good. I don't think it's that suitable, that one that I had. So I'm going to get rid of it. Remember, delete, and I'm going to try playful. Let's put that one in. Maybe that sounds better. I don't know. I'll have to check later. What I do know is that around this area, you've got the soundtrack from the video itself, and then you've got the theme music that we've added to it, and it sounds terrible. So what do we do? Well, we can do lots of different things. One of them, we can tap on the soundtrack, and I could split the soundtrack. You can see there it split it, and I can then tap on that and the volume. So I'm tapping on the actual thing that says playful and then the volume, and I can put the volume right down so that the words or whatever's coming from the video, the Charlie Chaplin video, will be louder. Now, here's quite a neat trick that I like to do when I'm doing this is if you play this, you can see here that it's just going to really suddenly stop the sound. So what a nice thing to do is to fade it. So you tap on there again, tap on fade, and you see that trim comes up there. What that little arrow pointing down, oops, do it again, that little arrow pointing down, I drag across, and then what happens is it will make the sound gradually, slowly get quieter. Okay, there's that bit there, I don't know why that bit, that from that one, sound underneath. Okay, there you go. Now then, I have the video, the theme music silent, and I can make this louder. Now what I often do is, you can see that there's the sound section on the video, excuse me, I like to tap on that and I like to actually detach the audio sound so it's in two separate tracks. So what you do is you detach the audio from the video, and that's useful as well if you don't want to use the audio and you wanted to only have the background music from the theme music in, for example. Excuse me. So you can see here I'm going to press the detach audio, the middle one, and it gets rid of it, it puts it down there. Now, the one that's in blue, I can change that around. I could make the sound louder. Can you see it going up? Or quieter. It's up to you, whichever sounds suitable. Right, so that, let's say I'm happy with that. I can't say what it sounds like because it won't let me listen to it, but you can get what I'm talking about. So we've got the photos edited. Remember, we can change them so at the start it might start at a certain point, and at the end it will end at a certain point. So then you can toggle through forward and backwards, and that shows you that. We've got the different kinds of transitions, and remember you can use them shorter or longer. For example, there it just means it's a longer time to fade from one to the other. We've got the detaching the audio. We've got the fading the music out. It's a useful thing. You can use things like the speed. For example, you can see the speed, and that will, when you play it, make it either fast, how quick he's going, or you can change the speed and make it really slow, and look how quick slowly he goes now. So that will be useful. I've seen that used by lots of the groups in the video making competition with the Oscars before, either making it small, shorter. Sorry, no, it's not. It's either making it go quicker or slower. Is there anything else that you might want to use? Yes, 100% titles. Okay. you have to use titles. So you need to think, is it the titles? Would it be suitable there? You might not want it in the middle. You might want it lower down, so it puts it there. And then what are we going to write in there? You tap on it where it says title text here and writing something sensible and suitable. Movie on magic movie moments. I'm getting a little bit of alliteration in there. Done, and that's that. Okay, so you can see that will come up at the bottom there. Magic movie moments. Now, if you didn't want it all the way to the very end, you've got to use your brain and think, well, how can I only want it up to this point? Well, again, you do something, you think, what can I do? I'm going to split the text. Sorry, I'm going to split the video. So I'm going to split it, and then look, the moments goes up to there, and then disappears, and then it's not there at the end. Okay, now, another thing you can do is to add sensible sound effects. Now, you're just going to have to play around with this. And I remember Mrs. Jordan reminded me that last year some of the judges, the actor and the actress and the director said that a lot of the movies were spoilt a little bit because people put in sound effects, these ones here, that just didn't fit in. Now, you might want to put a bit of an applause at the end. Okay, and you can see now I've got 3 different sound effects, but I might not want it to last all that long. So, like anything else, you just kind of drag it down to make it shorter. It whizzes down, okay, maybe I want it to there. Things like that. You can have a play around with these, but make sure they fit in with it, not just for the sake of it. It needs to fit in with it, and if you watch some of the older Oscar examples, you'll see that the ones that were successful fitted in with the movie, not just sound effects for the sake of it. I think that is about everything. It would probably be a good idea to get text on all of these images. So remember to add text, you just put titles, and that does, and you can choose different ones. The thing is, like always with computing and our iPads, the best thing to do is just play around with it, have a go. Don't be afraid of trying different things out, because remember, when you do something, if you've made a mistake, you can see under the sign that says audio, there's the little arrow that's bent over. And remember what that does? It just goes back and undoes everything that you've done before. So you can't go wrong, really. One final tip is when you've finished the movie, obviously give it a sensible name, probably with your name on it. But I'm going to just put Charlie for now. Now, if before I've saved this movie into my camera roll, if I delete any of the pictures that are in the camera roll, it will also delete it from the iMovie. So you've got to be really, I've made so many mistakes with that, so you really have to be careful with that. So make sure that you save this, save the video, or you can put it to your movie theatre, but I would save the video, save it. You might, for this one it's probably medium is fine, but if you're doing something that's going to be on a really big screen, you might want to do large or HD. Make sure you save it before you delete anything in your camera roll, whether it's videos or still photographs, because you'll just lose it from the iMovie project that you're making. Okay, so I've finished exporting it. Hope you enjoy doing this. You see my movie's been sent to my movie library in camera roll. There it is. Obviously it's not a very good example. You'll be doing much, much better. Okay, have fun, and let me know if you want any more tips. Okay, I can come and help you out, or I can make some more little instructional videos. Alright, Year 6, do your very best.